What's up, you guys? Mr. Zach, we got,
Yana.
we got,
Elian,
we got.
Mohammed.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about what makes a great photo. Today, we're gonna talk about what should you be looking for when you're going to take a photo, and we're also going to talk about how should you hold the camera when you take a photo. All right, so the first thing we are going to talk about is what will you shoot? In other words, what are you going to take a picture of? And in this project, we're taking photos of people. So, where will you take their photo? What will they be doing when you're taking their photo? And the first thing I'm always looking for when I take a photo is some story. And I think both of these photos tell a story really well. Elian, what do you like about this one?
On that photo, I like the shots. The focus, also the focus was front of the subject, and the people around him. It looks like clear, and so but I think they even like in something because I see they wear like uniform. So that's it.
And Diana, what do you like about this photo?
I like this photo
Sorry.
because it's so interesting. How can see the old woman has the same style in the same black color in the dress, and it's interesting because I don't know they do that. She celebrate something or they wanna protest something because we can see the posters too. And it's interesting because we don't know what they do or what they try.
Yeah, both of these photos make us wonder what is happening,
Yeah.
right? They tell a story, but we don't know the story. Like, what are these women looking at, right?
Yes.
And also, we see she's taking a photo. We're taking a photo of her taking a photo. That's cool. One other thing I want us to talk about on these two photos is the eyes, guys. Always the eyes tell the story. Look at these eyes. Look at these eyes. Look at these eyes. He's looking right at the camera. This is an awesome photo. Let's move on. So, we're looking for some story. Makes the viewer wonder what is happening. Mohammed, what do you see here?
Person doing some kind of stuff with his hand, the handwork, maybe some, I don't know, maybe some cotton or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
cotton. What we don't know what's happening,
Yeah,
but
I don't
it
know.
makes us think like what is happening, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Two things we haven't talked about yet. This one is a great example of story. Oops. But this is also an amazing example of two more things that I'm always looking for. Can you guess one of them, guys?
The angle of the shot.
Oh, angle. I didn't even think of that. It has a great angle. It's over the top of the person. Oh, and about the angle. The reason the angle is cool too is that we can't see this person's face,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We don't even know if it's a man or a woman, really.
Right.
So it's very interesting, and it makes us wonder what's happening here. But also color, right?
Yeah.
Look at that color. And then there's one more thing, and this is called texture. Texture means like a pattern or an interesting, like mostly pattern. You see this pattern, all these little circles?
Yeah.
Very, very cool. It's like something you want to reach out and touch, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What about these guys? What's interesting about these?
I think this is important the background in the picture,
Mhm.
and because sometimes I can have a specific background for focus of the person and combine it both and create amazing picture.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. What else do you notice about the background here, you guys?
I mean the background is looks like perfect, and also they when they shooting they got the the good place for the shooting camera, and so also the shots. It's a great shot, and the subject was in a mirror. But the most thing is the background that I really like in this photo.
Yeah, I think I see what you're saying. She's right in the middle, and it makes it look like these are her wings, right?
Yeah.
So cool. And then, do you notice on this one that this face is like the flip of this face, right?
Yeah.
They are. It's like a mirror. It's like he's looking in the mirror. And also, look at his shirt has this pattern on it. So cool. And then there's a pattern over here too.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, look at this headphone, and then look at this ear thing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's cool, right? I think
Yes,
that's
it's
a really
cool.
awesome photo. And not only that, but his face is kind of dark, and the photographer put him right against this light part, so he really pops out. It looks like he's part of the wall, right?
Yeah.
So cool. So we're looking for good backgrounds. We're always thinking
Yeah.
about the background.
Okay.
Here's another one. What do we see in the background here?
Holes in the wall
Mhm.
and some flowers.
Mhm.
But
But it's, yeah.
maybe it's not the same background, but they have similar. There's so many, but not big. So hmm,
They're interesting though, right?
yeah, that's interesting.
Interesting backgrounds. And this one, all we can see behind him is flowers. I think that's cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just beautiful.
Yeah.
And then this one is interesting because we're like, what are those holes?
Why
Right?
are they?
Yeah, why are they there? It's like the background tells a story here too.
Yes.
So we're thinking about background. Okay? Think about background a lot. What about these, you guys? I'm just gonna explain this a little bit. I'm always looking for an interesting subject or an interesting model, right? What makes these interesting?
Uh, First of all, of the first the photo of the tab. Uh, the more interesting for me is the subject position, and then the shadow.
Oh, yeah.
The shadow makes like more clear to the picture.
Mhm.
So, and also her eyes, it was like focused to the camera. So that was a really good photo.
Mhm.
I liked the position and the confidence in her in the picture. And the other picture, I think, tells a bit like whoever took that picture, he wants us to see how this woman is living. I think.
Mm. Yeah, it's like the woman tells a story. We want to know her. We want to know more about her. And this one too, I think you guys said it so well. She looks confident, right? Somebody I want to know.
Yeah.
I wish I knew this person. Actually, I do know this person. This is a student, and a student took this photo too, guys. Amazing
Yeah.
photo. What about these two? Same thing. Interesting subject and model. What's interesting about these two?
The interesting part of the those photo is the texture.
Oh, yeah. Look at the
The
texture of this
texture,
jacket.
yeah. Also the shadow,
Shadow.
cause the light shadow.
Hmm.
So uh,
The shadow can show us three colors.
On this
Yeah.
one, yeah, we got
Those-
colored shadows. Look at that. It's so awesome. So you guys are
awesome.
noticing the shadow. What about the subject, the model?
Position is pretty.
Really cool. She's
Yeah.
got a good pose, that's called.
Yeah.
How she's standing, how she's sitting is called a pose. She's also wearing something really cool. She's very fashionable, right? Makes me think that she's awesome. I would like to know her.
Yeah.
Her name is Fikadu,
Other
one of our students. So awesome. And then this person, I just have no idea what's going on with him, but I want to know.
And I don't want to know.
Oh, Mohammed doesn't want to know, but he kind of does. Okay, let's move on. You guys were talking about it earlier. What's awesome about these photos, guys, is the light, the shadow,
the shadow.
right?
Oh,
Look at the shadows on these. What do we
Oh, that's
notice?
pretty cool.
Especially this one, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
really cool
I
shadows.
think the light in this picture is from the sun because these shadows doesn't come from a light. Yeah.
I actually disagree.
Why?
I think it
Because
came from a light that's very strong, kind of to her right, if we're looking at this small photo.
it's
But we'll
the
never
key light.
know.
We'll never
He
know.
might be right. Oh, did you say a key light?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called a key light.
Key light.
Just from the side, looking this way. But I know there's another light coming this way too, because we can see some light right on her face too, right there. So very interesting, the shadows. And there's a shadow this way and a shadow that way. Cool, right?
Yeah.
What about this one? It's nice. It's nice. It's nice.
That one is super nice because the color of her dress.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Result.
make more clear to the color of the photo.
It's got a nice black, and then in the background is a nice white.
Yeah, and also when she was looking, she was like looking for other side,
Mhm.
and that makes the photo really, really interesting.
Right. She's not looking straight at the camera.
No.
She's looking away from the camera. Okay, let's move on. We lost Diana, but we thank her. Okay, same thing here. Look at these shadows, guys. These are incredible photos, in my opinion. We've got this one with these amazing shadows, and we've got this circle of light right here, right? And we've got this light on the book, but we can't see this person's face. We've got light on this couple, which is nice, but these people are, it's called silhouetted. Silhouettes, when we can only see black where they are. Typically, this is not a good idea for a photo because we want to see something, but in this, it's cool because we have two people silhouetted, and then we have two people not, and one person we can't see their face. It's an amazing and actually very famous photo. What do we like about this one?
The pose, I think.
Yeah, right.
Like how she's not looking at the camera. It's pretty cool.
Really cool, and we've got a cool background, very minimal background.
Yeah, the shadow also is. I think it's cool. Not very like the other picture, but
it adds something.
It adds something. Yeah. Exactly.
This is a student also, and a student took this photo, guys. This is an amazing photo. An amazing photo. All right. This is called contrast. What contrast is strong white and strong black in a photo. You can see this is very black, and this is very white. And the same thing over here. Very white, very black. So these are interesting because they have great contrast. And we're always looking for that too. Here's another example of contrast.
Wow, super nice. I like the light, like coloring the white color, and like the subject's face.
So a lot of the time when we're talking about contrast, we're talking about black and white photos. But we are also talking about color photos too. You can see this has very bright white and very dark black. Very nice photos. Okay. What do you notice right away in these photos, you guys?
They're both looking at the camera.
Okay, sure, yeah. What I notice right away is the color.
Oh, right.
What a color, right? Oops, I'm going backwards.
The watercolor.
Yeah, the color of the water. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Look at the rain on the car. So cool. Oh, sorry, you guys. Yeah, and just the pop of color. Awesome background right here. She's wearing something cool and colorful. This car is super colorful, and they're both looking right at the camera. Sometimes it's great to have the model, the subject, look right at the camera. Sometimes not.
Yeah.
So cool. Okay, same thing here. Lots of just great color. Great color. This one right here is a student.
Yeah.
Jose Matias, and a student took that photo. Let's move on. Okay, this is what I was talking about earlier called texture, guys. It's like a pattern. Something you want to touch or not touch. Like this is really cool contrast and really cool texture. We've got two textures here. We've got the fence and we've got this chain link.
In the water.
And then over here we got the water. That's a nice texture. Very interesting. Here we got some more textures. We got the texture of the fence right here. This is a student photo. And then,
Reflection of the
yeah.
the floor.
So we got this mirror texture, and then we got the texture behind her too, which is cool. And we've got this like neat line going right through the middle of the photo, and then she is like over the line. She's behind the line and over the line. So cool. Really creative, you guys. Okay, now we're talking about where do you put your subject. Okay, so you get to you chose what you're going to take a photo of. Now, where do you put your subject and where do you put your camera? Okay, so in these two photos, we have one. Well, these are two different angles. Where is the camera related to this model?
Down.
Right. The camera is below the model, looking up.
Yeah.
And then what about this one?
That one
up.
was front and little bit
High.
higher.
Looking down, right?
Looking down.
And both of these models are looking straight at the camera.
Yes.
Cool. We also have that cool line thing happening here again. We got these awesome lines. It's like a frame, and the model is coming out of the lines, right? So cool. So these are very creative angles, we say. One up, one down. Okay? Really cool. Here's another thing that you can do. These are some different angles. When we talk about shot types, we'll notice this is called an extreme close-up.
That's a wide shot.
And this is a wide shot. Yep. So we're going to talk over this announcement. I love the contrast in here, and I love that you can see the photographer in her eyes. It's all about the eyes, guys. It's all about the eyes. Get those eyes. Don't be afraid to get close. Get close. This one's cool because the lines, we got some nice contrast, and we've got these two models at different levels. So in the mid ground, and this is called the background, right?
Didn't see him.
But you did see him. Like you even if your brain didn't see him, your eye saw him. That's how you knew this was a cool photo. Right, guys? There's a lot to talk about here.
Yep.
This one's awesome. This is a student photo. You can see that's the gym. Okay. Be creative. Look at this, guys. How did they do that?
I don't know.
Same person twice, right?
Oh,
It's the same picture. Oh.
It's not the same picture. It's the same person.
Oh.
Cool, right? Background is awesome. Here's nice texture on that background.
The background was super nice.
Super
The
nice.
shadow.
This shadow is amazing, right? And her pose is cool. And so this student, this photographer, took two photos and then put them together in editing. And we can show you how to do that. Very creative. Super cool. And then in this one, we did this with the camera, right? And I can show you how to do that. But it's a creative shot type. So it takes a little work, but very cool.
Yeah, it looks super cool.
We do that with the shutter speed. That's called a slow shutter photo. Okay, here's some more creativity.
With some rain and nice.
Yeah, and this one is jumping photos. You know, they don't always work, and sometimes we've seen a million jumping photos, right? But this one, wow, just so creative. This is not a student photo. This is a professional photo, but this is a student photo. And what's most cool about this student photo is that it was not raining that day.
Oh no!
I knew it.
So they just used the hose and the umbrella to make that shot. Very, very cool.
Very creative.
Very creative. Okay, let's move on. This is important, guys. So you're considering where should you put your subject, right? And most of the time, amateur photographers, they put the subject right in the middle.
Yeah.
I want to tell you, most of the time, don't do that.
Why?
Put your subject on the side. That's called the rule of thirds. Okay? Rule of thirds means you imagine two lines going this way and two lines going that way. Okay? And you put your subject on one of the corners. So here, or here, or here, or here. And you can see in this photo, Sandy, it's another student photo. is on this corner.
Mhm.
Off to the side, and it makes for a more interesting photo.
Right.
And we got this nice background too. And then in this amazing photo, we've got great texture, great color, and she's down at the bottom, not in the middle. These also great rule of thirds. What do we see in this photo, you guys?
You can see the people and but also the shadow of the sun.
Oh yeah, great texture,
Yeah,
great shadow. What else?
Where's the person at the picture? Is not in the middle.
Yeah.
He's down there, like
Off to the side, in the
Off to the
corner.
side, yeah.
Really great. And he's looking down. We want to know what he's looking at.
yeah.
Both of these are great story shots too, guys. We want to know what's happening in these photos, right?
Yeah.
What's he thinking about? That's what I want to know. And what are these people looking at again? So,
Mhm.
but mostly I put these because rule of thirds. They are in the corners.
Mhm.
Okay, here's two more. Rule of thirds. Rule of thirds means put them on the side.
Oh, yes.
Here's Freddie off to the side with a great background and great colors. And here's these boys. This is a very famous photo. What do you notice on this one?
The windows.
Yeah, the background, right? So cool in the background.
the background was like
Weird, but nice.
Yeah, And we've got this man here. So this one tells a story too, because we're like, what is this guy doing? And what are these kids playing? We can't see them playing. We know they're playing something, but we don't know what,
Yeah.
right? So it creates some mystery. And they are down in the bottom. And what that did was it showed us more of this background, which is so cool. So put your photo, put your subject on the side, not right in the middle, most of the time. Okay? Use the rule of thirds. But then sometimes break the rule of thirds, which means put them right in the middle.
yeah.
Look at these two.
That's pretty cool.
These are pretty cool, yeah. And these two, we put the subject right in the middle of the photo. So
Uh-huh.
you want to use both sometimes. What do you see in this photo, guys?
I like
The pose.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
amazing pose, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
like the posture.
The other one, the drawing is pretty cool, and how he's showing it like so confident.
Yeah, it's also really cool. Really cool. This is a famous photo of a political cartoonist, and this is a student photo of a student. Just amazing work in this class too. And we got great texture here, and she's looking straight at the camera, and we can see a little light in her eye. Her name is Janet. Her hair color is awesome.
Yeah.
So fabulous photo. Perfect photo. And then these two right in the middle of the shot too. What do you notice right here, guys, about the light?
How the light is just behind them.
Yeah.
How did they do that?
How did they do that? It's a really good question. And then this one too. Got the hood cuts off his face. He's got a cool pose. We got a great shadow. Good contrast.
Yeah, the contrast.
One Nahera student photo too. A lot of amazing photos here. Okay, I got a couple more, guys, real quick. This one's called Frame in a Frame.
Alright.
A frame is like a border. Oh,
Or
mhm.
it's like they're on the frame, and inside the frame there's a frame, and they are in it.
Yeah, exactly. You see this frame right here?
Yeah.
So if you can find a frame and put your subject in a frame, that's cool. This is a frame right here too. And we also have this, which we're not talking about very much. But what's this called?
It's not a shadow.
It's more like a
reflection.
reflection. Yes, reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool. So frame in a frame is something that you can look for. Here's a very famous frame in a frame shot. We've got this low angle, and we've got this arc right here. Yeah, really amazing photo. That's a professional photo. My friend Zoe took this photo. She's a professional photographer.
That's pretty cool.
Really cool. This one's great because it looks like a shot of a room, and it is, but we also have a portrait
Which
in
frame.
the mirror,
Mhm.
which is the frame. So cool,
Yeah.
right? And the colors on this are fabulous. This is just an amazing photo. Frame in a frame. Okay, here's some things not to do. Okay, this one on the left is a great photo,
Okay.
but I see a lot of students taking photos that look more like this. Okay,
Ah, like-
this is called an amputation. Amputation is when you cut somebody's arm or leg or head off. Okay? If you're going to take a full body photo, take the whole body. Don't
Yeah.
cut the leg off.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Right.
So if you took this photo,
That's not.
I'm
good
sorry, that's not a great photo. But if you took this photo, wow. Okay?
Uh-huh.
And don't amputate. Here's another example. This is a great photo. This one, amputation.
Mm.
You see it?
Yeah.
So amputation, don't cut his leg off. Don't cut his arm off. Don't cut his head off.
Yeah.
If you're going to take a full body photo. Okay? This one is called backlit.
When the light doesn't show your face. or
Exactly. When the light
it's
is behind.
the subject.
So you want the light in front of the subject.
Yeah.
This is especially a lot of students do this outside, right? If you're going to take this photo, we need to see his face.
Exactly.
That's not a great photo. So I'm saying no on backlit. Okay, here's another thing students want to do all the time.
What?
Hold the camera diagonal. Don't hold the camera diagonal. That's when you hold the camera, instead of holding it straight, you turn it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm saying no to both of these photos. Okay? When you're really, really, really a professional photographer, then sometimes you can hold the camera diagonal. But for my class, never. Okay? You can be creative without doing it. Okay?
Mhm.
Instead, you can hold it straight and still be creative. Okay?
Yeah.
So this is a straight shot. Do hold the camera straight. Okay? Cool. That's it, you guys. Thanks to
Thank you.
Elian and Mohammed and Diana.
Yeah.
Problem.
Really fun.